On this channel, we hate lead code, we hate algorithms, we hate data structure, we hate all this kind of stuff. We like to build, okay? This is what we like here. And if you're in the same boat, if you don't like to grind lead code, if you don't like to study all this different things, let's say, welcome. The video today is basically about how you can just get a job without grinding lead code, you can just skip all of the hiring process, you can skip HR, you can just go straight into getting a job, basically. I had this realization after, it was kind of a combination of two things. I just saw how one of the most important developers at OpenAI, he's built a bunch of kernels, important things, essentially, and he's just a normal guy. People looked up his LinkedIn account and he was working at irrelevant tech companies before. He went to a state college, like no pedigree at all. He didn't go to MIT, he didn't go to Stanford, he didn't go to Harvard, he didn't work at a bunch of big startups or companies. He was just a normal guy. Then he joined OpenAI and now he's apparently a pillar, very important of the company. And it just goes to show you how you can do anything. You can just do things. That's something we hear all the time in tech. You can just do things. But the video today is a combination of this thought about the OpenAI guy and the thought I just had with Poke. I'm not sure if you've seen Poke. If you're on Twitter, X, whatever, you probably saw Poke. Poke is basically an AI assistant that lives in your phone, and you can text at any time. It has automation, so you can send messages. The AI sends you messages, it reads your emails, it reminds you of appointments, it plugs in your calendar. Anyways, Poke is very good. I have access to it, and I had the realization that you could just get hired at Poke. Sorry, not Poke, at Interaction, what's the name? The Interaction Company of California or something like this, by just building stuff for Poke. It's that simple. If you're participating in the community, I think, I'm not sure, if I'm not mistaken, they do have a forum where you can just talk to people, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry if I am. But basically, you can just help people, you build stuff for the community, and then at some point, guess what? The developers, when they need to hire someone, who are they gonna hire? They're gonna hire the guy who's familiar with the whole Poke ecosystem. And now we can just transfer this to a different company, for example, Attio, ATTIO. It's basically a CRM, but it has lots of integrations and APIs and plugs and all this kind of developer stuff. They are a developer first CRM, and they just hosted a hackathon a few weeks ago. And if you were looking for a job and you like Attio, you saw that they just raised like 5 million. I don't know, I just know they raised their new series A or B. If you like Attio, if you'd like to work in a startup, if you like the product, if you like the idea, join the hackathon, try to win, build something for Attio, and then you have a job just like this. You can skip the HR, you can skip the screening call, you can skip the interview, you can skip the application. You're just building stuff, putting out there, and you get hired. This is basically what happened to me. I met a guy. We were at a Cursor meetup and I met him there. I basically told him I was building an AI voice agent. I built, actually, Maximo. You might have seen Maximo on my social accounts. But I built this AI voice agent and I told this guy what I had done and that I also had a mobile app in production, like in the App Store. And he was like, that's awesome. I might be looking for someone who knows how to build AI chatbots and agents. Anyways, just like this, I got my job because I had built previously something and someone who needed that something was like, awesome, let's go. Then he introduced me to the founder of the startup, and then we had like 2 conversations and I was hired just like this. Another example, Shopify. Okay, Shopify. Shopify is here from Ottawa. It's actually funny how Toby is a very big inspiration in the city because Shopify is here from Ottawa. And let's say you are a Shopify developer. And no, let's say you want to work for Shopify. Okay, you want to work at Shopify, you love Shopify, you love the mission, you love what they're doing. They have lots of AI integrations and agents and all this kind of stuff. Awesome. So what do you do? Instead of applying to 50,000 roles at Shopify, I mean, you can always do that like in complementation. You could just build apps for the Shopify store. You could just be a Shopify partner and help other merchants, I think that's the word, store owners, let's say. You can help them building their Shopify stores. You can answer people's questions on Shopify's help center. You can just immerse yourself, build stuff, and at some point, someone will see everything you've been doing. Imagine you, for example, okay, you just two people just came out of college, graduated, new grads. They're applying to the same role. It's a full stack developer role, but one of them has experience working, I don't know, a health tech startup, whatever, and the other one has 3 experiences during college. Experience number 1 was he developed 4 Shopify stores for different brands. So number 1. Number 2, he also has, as listed on his resume, and he's applying to the role, a Shopify community ambassador. I don't know if that's a thing, but like a community person. You've been answering people in the last 10 months. They probably have like levels. You know how all forums and stuff, they have levels. So let's say you just put, I'm level 5 on Shopify Help Center. And then you also have 2 apps deployed in the Shopify store. Who's gonna get fucking hired? Like, just guess who. That's a stupid question. We all know who's gonna get hired. It's probably the guy with experience at the other startup. No, I'm just kidding. It's of course the Shopify guy, because you've been building stuff for Shopify, and it just shows like, oh, this guy is for real. He's legit. Is there another company we can think of? I don't think this applies for huge players like Google, for example, because it's just too much decent. It's just too big. It's like a government. But hear me out. Google just launched a new agent to pay. It's a new agent protocol. So basically, so agents can buy stuff online for you. And they just released 2 days ago or yesterday, I don't know, this week. And it's open source, if I'm not mistaken. But I also know that Shopify, that ChatGPT has, I'm too fucking chronically online. Holy crap. But basically I saw Sam Altman, he posted yesterday a screenshot of ChatGPT's settings, modal dialog box, and people realized there was an orders button on the left side. And so and I saw someone quoting this Sam Altman tweet saying something like, the world is getting ready for AIs to browse online, basically. Now, Google is open source. The protocol is open source. You can just go and contribute to the protocol. As soon as ChatGPT releases this new orders thing where the AI can go and buy stuff for you online, you already know how the protocol works. You are building stuff. ChatGPT doesn't have any integrations or anything, right? No. Anyways, but you are constantly developing stuff for the AI purchase, buying online niche, for example. You can just get a job at Google. I mean, I don't know if you can get at Google, but like people at Google who work at Google or other people contributing to the open source protocol, they're gonna see you contributing and answering questions and opening PRs and voting and just contributing on Twitter, X, LinkedIn, whatever, and you're gonna draw attention to yourself. People are gonna see, oh, this guy knows about AI, and we're looking about someone who knows. We're looking for someone who knows about this topic that he knows about. So, message of this video is basically just build something. Forget going to college and hoping that you're gonna get a job by knowing HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. We are not in 2020 anymore. It doesn't work like this. And it's extremely important if you're a new grad, just like me, because I graduated college 6 months ago. 5 months ago. And I had a job before in college, and now I have my second job in tech. And it's basically because I built stuff. It really is that simple. The first job was actually because I built a community. I was trying to put together a community, and then I met someone who was like, nice, awesome. And I was also building side projects on the side. And I met someone who gave me a chance. And then the second job was basically I met someone who knew someone, and because I knew what they were looking for, I got hired. And this is in a very small scale what I did. They were both very lean and small startups, but still, especially if your goal is to work at a startup, especially if your goal is to work somewhere with not lots of bureaucracy. If you're thinking of government, forget it. This is not gonna work. If you're thinking about Palantir, but that's the thing. This might just be a limiting belief I have. Who knows? Maybe you can actually get a job at Palantir, at Google, Apple, Microsoft, Meta, just by building stuff. Yeah. Message of this video is build something, put it out there, help people, and let the world know what you are able to do. Thank you.